other than Krishna. So it is amazing. I was remembering my olden days. When you go to disc, you don't care about who is seeing you. You're like, yeah, right? Full will dance and everything. But when it comes to temple, then we'll think, oh, this guy is seeing me, oh, that guy is seeing me. Right? Why? Because we are serving Krishna. We are not serving ourselves that time. But in this, we are serving ourselves. Oh, I'll show him what I can do. Right? But when we come in Krishna consciousness, start understanding that everything that we are doing is for Krishna's service. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And we are just his servants. So we should try to use all our senses, hands, in kartal, or whatever you have, chanting, our eyes in seeing deities of Krishna. We can see so many things. I remember 2 weeks back, I was coming from San Francisco and there was a big board. It was some half dog, half man. So devotee saw that and said, half man, half lion. That is our philosophy. Narsimha. So there are so many different postures. But devotees see, they try to engage all their senses in Krishna's service. If you have legs, use it for Krishna's service in dancing, hands in chanting, or serving prasadam, or cooking. So like that. Ears in hearing Harikatha. Right now what you all are doing is, you are engaging your senses in Harikatha. Right? You could have done so many different things. In the evening, usually it's on call, you would be talking from India, giving them what they are supposed to do, KT or whatever. Instead of that, you decided, let me take Krishna training. Right? You are from Krishna. I just now made up. But anyways. So you can use all your senses in Krishna's service. And that is Krishna consciousness. Right? You have heard these Hare Krishnas. What are they doing actually? They are trying to use all their senses in Krishna's service. Not in all other mundane things, but in Krishna's service. So now what we'll do is, we'll chant a set of verses. They are known as Mangalacharan. If you don't have the book, you can take it from there. Their book should be there. Otherwise, someone can go in my car. If that is also over, we'll project everything here. But if in case you want. So these are known as Mangalacharan prayers. Mangal means not Mangal Pandey. Mangal is auspiciousness. Right? Auspiciousness. Which brings auspiciousness. Now you saw kids were there around. Some kids are here also. So they can do some masti. Right? And it can bring obstacles in our Harikatha. It can bring a lot of other things also. One of the things can be that. So we are praying to Krishna. You also pray very hard while we are chanting these prayers, that there is no obstacles. You can hear Harikatha, you can discuss Harikatha with peace. Right? So those are known as Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan means one which brings auspiciousness. So these are set of verses we are praying to senior Vaishnavas, Acharyas, to Goswamis of Vrindavan, and to Srimati Radharani, to Kṛṣṇa, that whatever now for next 1 hour, whatever we are going to do, please help us to understand the philosophy deeply, and that we can also apply it. See, it can be like a lot of information we are gathering. But if there is no transformation, then it is like information only. But when it is put in practice, then it becomes transformation. So we'll pray while we are chanting this set of verses. These are known as Mangalacharan prayers. It is in your book, Bhagavad Gita book, page number 1. If in case you want to just go back and see. Can you do one favor? In the trunk, sorry. In trunk, you will find Bhagavad Gita, so you can bring some. Thank you. Okay, we'll chant this set of verses together. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnana-njana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Śrī-Chaitanya Manobhishtam Shāpitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam
dādati svaparaṇtikam vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavāśya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sahavaduttam Parijana Sahitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya śrī-bhagavān Kṛṣṇa Padam Sahagana He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanustuti Brahmani Hari Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Vipāsindhubhyacha Patitānaṁ Vaichnavibhyo Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Hare Kṛṣṇa Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Kṛṣṇa Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Kṛṣṇa Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Namaste Saraswati Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadesha Pandine Mukam Kunti Vachala Pandam Nandayate Guri Netrupada Vande Shri Guru Nandana Parmananda Madhavam. Welcome again, Arjuna. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita. We had started this around 2.5 years back, which you can tell exactly. So we started with chapter number 1. Now we are on chapter number 13. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
So, as always, since there are some new first timers, we will start from chapter number 1. Thank you. So, Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is divided into how many parts? 3 parts. 3 parts. You can remember as 3 Ds. Okay. The first 6 chapters talk about duty. The middle 6 chapters talk about devotion. And the last 6 chapters talk about detachment. Right? So, what Kṛṣṇa is doing in Bhagavad Gita is, if you have any kinds of inclination, how can I bring you towards the path of devotion? Some people like to be duties, everything. I just want to work 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. Right? No break. No break. Saturday, Sunday also no break. Right? There are kinds of people like that. My wife was telling in a previous team, there was a guy called Zongwin. He used to work full night and he used to expect people also to work full night like that. So we have people like that. Right? And people have this, they have coined this term, work is worship. Right? If that would be the case, then we would be worshipping donkeys. Right? Because no one can work like them. Right? So Kṛṣṇa, Arjuna was in a dilemma that kya kare ki na kare, whether I should fight or I should not fight. What should I do? He was confused. Right? So he had 5 reasons he gives in chapter 1 of he doesn't want to fight. What are the 5 reasons? We discussed it many times. What is the acronym? CEFDI. Right? CEFDI. C is compassion. He was thinking that if these people are killed, then it is not good. I mean, killing is not good in general. Correct? So that compassion mentality should be there. So first reason he gives is compassion. Second reason he gives is enjoyment. I mean, you need to have people to enjoy. I have the kingdom. If nothing is there, then what is the point? Right? You have heard this. I mean, some of you might have heard. Husband says like this, ये सब मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ तुम्हारे लिए ना? Like, why am I earning so much? For you, I mean, I tell like this too. So why we are earning, we want someone to enjoy it. Alone, what will we do? So Arjuna was saying, everyone will be killed in this battlefield. With whom will I enjoy? No one will be there. The second reason he gives is enjoyment. Third reason he gives is fear of sinful reaction. If all these people are killed, then I'll get some karma. Right? We get some karma. Fourth reason he gives is destruction of family tradition. If there are no elderly people, then what will happen? Like from some time, almost last 1 week, Anand Prabhu's parents are staying here. And I was telling Manjari that, when elderly people are there at home, the house fills up with happiness because they teach us also a lot of things. So Arjuna was telling to Kṛṣṇa that if these people are killed, Bhishmadev, Dronacharya, all these killed, they are like Kaurava army was like Australia lineup, one after another, like cricket, like some of you might connect now, someone might say some other team, depends. But like it was like that kind of Kaurava army was there. So Arjuna was thinking that all these senior Vaishnavas or these will be killed, so the family tradition will be destroyed. This was his other deed, destroying family tradition. And because of all these reasons, he was indecisive. His indecision was that he was confused. What should I do? And then Arjuna takes a very, very big leap of faith, where he tells to Kṛṣṇa, I am surrendering unto you. You please guide me. You please guide me. Till verse number 2.7. Imagine first 45 verses and then first 6 verses of second chapter. Kṛṣṇa doesn't speak. Kṛṣṇa is just hearing. He's just hearing. He's not trying to. Sometimes we call some person and we say no. He just calls and starts speaking about his problems. The other person will start saying the solutions. Arey, I will tell you what you should do. But Kṛṣṇa is not like that. Kṛṣṇa is waiting for him to, we say freak advice we always give. So Kṛṣṇa is not like that, a freak advice. When one takes shelter unto you, then Kṛṣṇa guides. So Arjuna took shelter unto Kṛṣṇa, and then Kṛṣṇa started speaking. And then when Kṛṣṇa started speaking, that's the entire Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna didn't want to fight. Then Kṛṣṇa is saying you can use your duty in Kṛṣṇa's service, into my service. So that first 6 chapters, immediately Kṛṣṇa is talking about duty, how can you use your duty and transfer into devotion. So there are some people who might feel that I want to just work. So Kṛṣṇa is saying, how can you use your work as devotion? So the first 6 chapters talk about that. And middle 6 chapters talk about direct devotion. Right? How we can serve Vaishnavas, how we can serve Kṛṣṇa. Like today morning, I was just asking Manjari, what is the menu? It's good menu. That's what I know. I mean, it depends. It's relative. You might say, itna bola. It depends. Relative. But so I was asking Manjari, who all are cooking, what all? So she said, Atulya Mataji, who is Anand Prabhu's wife, she is also cooking. So I told her, why did you tell her to cook? It's her first time. First time we should just serve. Shri Prabhu actually said that if any time anyone is coming to the temple first time, we should just serve. In Laguna Beach, long back, there was a board. If you're coming for the first time, please don't enter the kitchen and we just want to serve you. In a good way, not because some rules and regulations, in a good way it was mentioned that we want to serve you. Like that. In Laguna Beach, long back it was. And it really deeply ingrained in me. The first time someone is coming, we should just serve. So I was telling Manjari that, why did you give her service? You should have just told her to come. She said, no, I was telling her, just come first time, just come. But she was just telling to serve. She wanted to serve. And then when she was saying, I was remembering a pastime between Radhanath Swami Maharaj and Ramesh Baba, if I'm not wrong. Ghanshyam. Vrindavan. Where, you can tell the name, I forgot, but the pastime is, they both were, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was just exploring the path of, so he reached to one of the Brajavasi's place and they had only one chadar. So they both went to sleep. It was night and they both went to sleep. And then suddenly Maharaj felt that some warm effect he was feeling. So when he opened his eyes, he saw that a bed sheet, or what we call it, like a rajai or comforter. Thank you for translating. So that comforter was on him. So he realized that, What was the devotee's name, you remember? Ramesh Baba or Ghanshyam? Ghanshyam. So Ghanshyam then says that, Radhanath Swami Maharaj understood that it is so cold, chilling cold, and Ghanshyam gave his comforter. Comforter is little weird in Braj Bhasha, but imagine, comforter is giving his comforter to me. So what he did is, he removed the comforter and he put it on Ghanshyam. And Ghanshyam said, he immediately got up. And he said, no, you are my guest, I should serve you. And then Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, don't worry, anyways, my life has been austere. I can live like that. But it's very, very cold. You please take this comforter. And then Ghanshyam said, no. Kṛṣṇa will be very unhappy. You are a guest to my house and I have to serve you. And then Ghanshyam gave the comforter again to Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Radhanath Swami said, no. And then Ghanshyam finally took the comforter. And then Radhanath Swami Maharaj again went to sleep. This is all mentioned in Journey Home book. Radhanath Swami Maharaj again went to sleep. And after some time, he again felt some vomiting. Then he again got up. He felt, there is again this comforter is on me. And then full night they both didn't sleep. And they were just sharing. And then Radhanath Swami Maharaj was writing in that book, Journey Home, that is the mood of Vaishnava. Vaishnava just wants to serve. And imagine, it's chilling cold, right? You will first, see in airplane what is mentioned? First put seatbelt on you, and then in Kṛṣṇa consciousness they cause for a toss. You just want to serve. And middle 6 chapters talks about that. Kṛṣṇa is just talking about how you can serve. In various ways. Right? That Bhakti is very, very beautiful. It's very beautiful. When you serve, there is a joy. In taking, there is no joy. In taking, there is guilt and there is anxiety. कि कभी ना कभी चुकाना पड़ेगा. Someday we have to give it back. I'll tell you another story. When I saw Harsh Prabhu. So Janmashtami was there. Sorry, I've not started the class, but somehow my nature is like that. Today's chapter is also that. Nature, consciousness, and joy. So Janmashtami was there, and we were looking for some volunteers to serve after 12 a.m. So Harsh Prabhu said that I will serve after 12. So he said after 12 a.m. And then he came out 10 p.m. he said, Prabhu, for some reason 12 a.m. will be difficult. And I told him that why did you even take? It is hard. So there are already devotees for that. You could have taken some other slot. I said, okay, leave it now. Don't worry about it. It happens sometimes. He said, no, I have to serve. I said, no, it's okay. So it was like he was saying no, I was saying, he was saying yes, I was saying no, don't worry. Then finally he took Paduka Seva. And then around 11:30 I came back. He said, hey, I'm enjoying. So that is the nature of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas like to serve. My Guru Maharaj says, in giving we receive. In giving we receive. And think about it. In giving we receive. It's not like, we hear this song in railway station. वो तुम्हें 10 रुपया देगा, तुम्हें 1 रुपया दो तो. No, that kind of receive. It's not a bargain or a business. You give me 10 rupees, then Kṛṣṇa will give you 100 rupees. No. In giving we receive means when we serve, what we get is mercy. We get blessings of Vaishnavas, we get blessings of Kṛṣṇa. And that is much more than any other money that you can get in this world. That mercy that you get. So there is a joy in serving Kṛṣṇa. There is joy in serving Vaishnavas. And Bhagavad Gita middle 6 chapters talk about it. There is joy. And we can taste it. Initially, when we come to USA, we might not be able to, especially we are coming here to earn and all. So we will not be able to connect with it. What does it mean by giving, we receive? But actually when we start serving, we realize that yes, there is joy in this. There is joy in this. And that's why Kṛṣṇa consciousness is so beautiful. So middle 6 chapters talk about that. And last 6 chapters talks about jnanis. You will see some people, right? They don't care about money and all. Duty means money, right? Why you want to work to earn money, correct? So I remember one of my friend was there. I mean, he's still there, sorry. His name is Rishabh, English is. So Rishabh. So he did his PhD from Stanford. So I told him, PhD Stanford. It's like almost... so I told him, why don't you get some job and all? He said, no, I want to enter into research. So I said, in research, you won't get so much money and all. So why you are getting into research and all? He said, no, I like doing that. So that time I realized that there are like jnanis are like that. They like to get into technicalities and all that. So Kṛṣṇa is saying, if you are that kind of person, jnani, and you are into technicality and all that, still you can come into devotion. So last 6 chapters talks about people who like technicalities and they enter into devotion. Like today, we completed one project. So in the next project, now new project is starting. So they were asking different people, what piece you want. So one of my friend, he took a piece which is he doesn't know of. So, and I took a piece which I already know from that previous project and I just quote it. So I took that piece. So after the meeting, I told, hey, why did you take this? Will take so much time. He said, no, I was feeling some rasa to learn that new thing. And I said, you hell with your... So some people are like this. They like to learn, new things. And I was like, okay, whatever I learned, I just want to continue some more. So Kṛṣṇa, yena tena prakarena mana Kṛṣṇa niveshat. Somehow or the other, you have any kind of inclination how you can be brought to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, you can be brought to devotion. So last 6 chapters are focused on that. If you are very jnani or technical kind of person, still you can come in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. And that's where chapter number 13 starts. Okay, so you got some background. Where are we? Why are we here? So now we'll read from chapter number 13. It is known as, the name of the chapter is
Nature, enjoyer, and consciousness.
Nature, Enjoyer and Consciousness. We'll understand what this chapter means. This chapter has every chapter in Sanskrit. Every chapter. Now, if you see now, all the chapters, the name of the chapter is Battlefield, first chapter. Second chapter is Bhavita summarized. Third chapter is Karma Yoga. But in Sanskrit, if you see, every chapter is ending with a word called yoga. Yoga. In Sanskrit. The first chapter is known as Vishada Yoga. 12th chapter is known as Bhakti Yoga. 13th chapter is known as kṣetra-jñam Yoga. Vibhaga Yoga. Or puruṣa prakṛti vibhaga yoga. 13th chapter. Why yoga means, yoga comes from the root dhatu, Sanskrit word, yujya. Yujya means to connect to Kṛṣṇa. So every chapter is saying how you can connect with Kṛṣṇa. Vishada means depression, in today's word, depression. Right? Depression. If you are in depression also, still you can connect with Kṛṣṇa. Arjuna was in little depression. What should I do? Whether I should fight or not fight? Imagine, it is very hard for a person like Arjuna. He is in a battlefield. Suddenly he is seeing his own people. How can I fight with them? It is hard. It's like you are a police officer and you are seeing your, let's say your sibling or wife. No, not wife. You can take sister or sibling or father. And you will be like, your hands will be shivering. It's hard to imagine. Correct? It is hard to imagine. Correct? So that was the situation of Arjuna. Right? So he was in complete depression. He was like very sad. What should I do? But still, how with that state also I can connect with Kṛṣṇa. So 13th chapter is like that. Kṣetra-jña vibhaga yoga. Or puruṣa prakṛti vibhaga yoga. So how, by understanding puruṣa prakṛti, you can connect with Kṛṣṇa. Or by understanding kṣetra-jña, you can connect with Kṛṣṇa. We'll see what all these terms. It is still easier than Java, C++, believe me. It is still easier than that. If you have cracked that, all those things, then this is cakewalk. Okay. And while we came to this section, Arjuna has understood Bhakti Yoga, Kṛṣṇa is supreme, everything he has understood. But now suddenly he wants to understand whatever he has understood from his life. He just wants to understand from Kṛṣṇa's perspective. Sometimes I have discussed this last time also. Sometimes we ask the question which we already know of. The answer we have. We know the answer. Like sometimes in temple you will see the devotees will ask this question. That how to chant sincerely. Now that devotee, if someone asks him, that's the person who is asking the question, he will give a 1-hour class on that. But still he will ask to the speaker. Why? He wants to know something more. He knows the answer, but he is looking for something more. So like that, Arjuna is asking this question, all these questions to Kṛṣṇa. He just wants to know what is Kṛṣṇa's perspective on this. What is Krishna's perspective on this? So, there are 6 questions that Arjuna is going to ask. Do you remember what those 6 we last time read the purport? Can you remember? We'll do the verse again, but just how many of you remember? 6 things Arjuna asks. I'm asking. Tell.
Ask about the forests and then.
That is 12th chapter. 13th chapter, 6. Okay, let's do.
I don't remember in the sequence, but I
Puruṣa, prakṛti, kṣetra-jñam, jñānaṁ and jñeyaṁ. And obviously, we didn't discuss in detail. So today we'll start with chapter number 13, verse number 1 and 2. We'll not do the purport because we did last time. We'll just discuss this verse. Okay. So, okay, you can repeat after me. Okay, let's skip the verse. We have already sent this before. Let's read the translation. We'll start from Mataji, will start from you. You can read the translation. After that, we are reading verse number 1 and 2. 13th chapter, first verse is 2, 1 and 2, both is together.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna said, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about prakṛti, puruṣa, the enjoyer, and the field, and the knower of the field, and of the knowledge and the object of the knowledge." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "This body, though son of Kuntī, is called the field, and one who knows his body is called the knower of the field."
Right? So P square, K square, J square. P square, K square, J square. Puruṣa, prakṛti. Kṣetra-jñam, which is J, and jñānaṁ. Kṣetra-jña, K, and then jñānaṁ and jñeyaṁ. Right? So out of this, 2 things Krishna has answered. What 2 things Krishna has answered? Kṣetra and kṣetra-jñam. Right? Kṣetra is field of activity, which is the body. That is our field of activity. And kṣetra-jña is knower of the field. Who is the knower of the field in this case? Soul, spirit soul. Spirit soul knows the body. Right? You know the body. Not completely, but you know the body, your body. The other person cannot say, "I know everything, what is happening in your body." No, the other person cannot say. Only you know about your body. So, the body is known as field of activity. What kind of desires you have developed, that kind of body or that kind of field of activity you will get. If you are too much into meat eating, you will get the body in the next life as tiger, so that you can fulfill your desires. That's the field of activity. Field of activity means it's like field where you're sowing. Sowing crops, and then beach, and then the plants come. So that's the field. Field is the base. So like that you get the body. And desires are what kind of seeds you are sowing. And based on that, you will get the next body, next field of activity. Some people have a very high inclination of tea, right? By tea, what happens is, it's kind of intoxication. I remember long back, my brother was there. He came to stay at my place. He was like, 7, 8 years old. And in the morning, suddenly he started jumping and shouting. And I was wondering what happened. My mother was also shocked. And then my mother called my chachi, cousin brother. So that what happened is, he's shouting like, what happened to him? So then she said, I think morning tea he didn't got. Did you serve? Said, and my mother was shocked. He's 7 years old and without tea he's like this. And then my mother, because my mother is elder to my chachi, she sort of the fierce, she said, you have to stop this. You have to stop this. Somehow you have to stop this. What is this going on? So tea is kind of intoxication. People think that tea started in India. Actually not. Tea was brought by whom? Britishers. See, we know everything, but still. Right? Why they started? Because they wanted to compete with China in export of tea. And then they started doing here. And then what we say? Made in India. So everybody started eating also. This should not be followed. Other things should be made in India, not this. So tea is not good. And then intoxication and leads to other problems. Tea, coffee, so again meat eating, intoxication, all of other things. What kind of field of activity we have, that kind of body we get. I'll show you one video. It's a long video and it's a little scary. There are no kids, no? So we can show you. But sometimes it is, see, before having good prasadam, you can take some hard things also. So, have to have a volume. Where is this? Volume is not coming, no?
No.
Oh, where is the remote? Is remote there? Yeah. Oh, by the way, in YouTube I have a premium, so there is no ad. I'll give an ad. So this this Saturday we have our ISKCON Silicon Valley, the temple president. His Grace Vaishika Maharaj. His Vyas Puja is that. That is the reason why we have grand feast. I mean, grand feast is a relative term, but we have feast today. So it is in the morning, 8 to 12 noon, and then 1 o'clock we have grand prasadam. So please come, and if you want to, I mean, please come, and it will be from 8 to 12. And if you want to serve also, you can serve. We will start at 6 a.m. Some of us will start at 2 a.m., but most of us will start at 6 a.m. So you can come and help. There is joy in serving, believe me. And if you don't believe, you can talk to the people who served last Sunday. So yes, we have short ads. So we'll start. We'll start the video. It is 8 minutes, a little bit longer, but from and that is the field of activity. Field of activity means what? Body. Kṣetra. And based on what kind of desires we have will determine our destiny. Desires determines our destiny. Right? So next life we'll get that kind of. That's why it is said, if your desire is to serve Krishna, you'll be born in a Vaishnava family. Or in a situation where for you practicing Krishna consciousness is easy. And that's why it is said that when mother is expecting or something, they're supposed to read śrī-bhagavān, something about scriptures, from scriptures. Why? Because that kind of consciousness the child also develops. Right? And that's why it is important to have sattvic diet. Here it was mentioned, right? The child is suffering. The mother is eating all spicy or all things, the child is suffering. So, and whatever we eat, whatever eating habits are there, that's how Kṛṣṇa will, okay, this is what you want to eat. Okay, next I will give you a body where you can fulfill your desire more. Right? So it is important. If someone has only sexual desires, the next life they'll become pigeon. Pigeon can do in one day they can do 60 times. So depends on what our consciousness is, that kind of body we get. That kind of body we get. That kind of field of activity we get. Right? So Kṛṣṇa is asking, Arjuna is asking 6 questions. 6 questions. What are 6 questions? P square, K square, J square. Puruṣa and prakṛti. We'll see all those. Kṣetra and kṣetra-jña. So kṣetra is what? Field of activity. And what is field of activity? Body. Right? Kṣetra-jña. What is kṣetra-jña? Soul. Knower of the field of activity. Jña means knowledge. Knower of the field of activity. That is spirit soul. Right? And then jñānaṁ and jñeyaṁ. That we will see. We are not doing the purport. Why? Because last time we have read this purport. So we'll go to the next verse. But if you have time, you can go to the purport again. Now we go to the next verse. We have only 20 minutes. Okay. Now we will read the verse. Hare Krishna. We will also like to welcome Gayatri Mataji and her mother. We met them in Trinetra. So distributing Śrīmad Bhagavatam. So they too. Hare Krishna. Yeah. You can repeat after me. Now, what happened is, Kṛṣṇa spoke about kṣetra-jña. And Kṛṣṇa said, Arey, I forgot to talk about one. You are not the only one who knows about your body. There is another person who knows about your body. And who is that? Super soul, correct? So now Kṛṣṇa will say, there is one more person. He is not just you. There is one more person who knows about your body. There is 2 kṣetra-jña. One is Jiva, who is I, right? Spirit soul. And now in the third verse, Krishna will say there is another Kshatriya. You'll see that. You can repeat after me. kṣetra-jñam chapi mam vetti.
kṣetra-jñam śrī mam vetti.
Sarva kṣetreshu bharata.
Sarva kṣetreshu bharata.
Kṣetra-jñayor jñānaṁ.
kṣetra-jñaṁ.
Sometimes people like tongue twister. We can read Bhagavad Gita for that. We have everything. Whatever you see in Bollywood, Tollywood, I have said this many times. It all comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, but in a perverted way. But everything comes from scripture. From where do I get stories? No. Right? It's from Srimad Bhagavatam or other scriptures, but it's in a perverted way. We'll repeat the verse again. kṣetra-jñam chapi mam vetti.
kṣetra-jñam śrī mam vetti.
Sarva kṣetreshu bharata.
Sarva kṣetreshu bharata.
kṣetra-jñayor jñānaṁ.
kṣetra-jñaṁ.
etad jñānaṁ matam mama. So now he's saying kṣetra-jña, right? We are talking about kṣetra-jña. So 2K is over. This is the second K, right? So kṣetra-jñam cha, also, api. Let me tell you, ma'am, me, no. I am also the knower of the field of activity of yours. But not just yours. Sarva kṣetrushu bharata. I am the knower of the field of activity of all the bodies. Of all the bodies. Kṣetra-jñayor jñānaṁ. I am the knower of the field. Jñānaṁ atama. That is the real knowledge. Krishna, because Arjuna asked this question, right? What is the jñānaṁ? What is actual knowledge? According to us, what is actual knowledge? PhD, ChatGPT, whatever. I mean, that is real knowledge. But actually, that is, Krishna will say in one of the sections, he will say that is ajñānaṁ. That is actually ignorance. That is not real knowledge. That is actually ignorance. The real knowledge is to understand, I am spirit soul. I am not this body. And there is another supreme soul. I have discussed many times. The entire philosophy, any philosophy if you talk about, any religion or any philosophy, they should be able to answer 3 questions. You can remember this. 3 questions that philosophy should be able to answer. Sambandha, abhidhīyate and prayojan. Right? Sambandha, abhidhīyate and prayojan. And Sambandha talks about who am I, who is God, and what is the Sambandha, what is the relationship between me and God. So this verse talks about what is the real knowledge, is to understand who am I and who is Supreme Personality of God, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? We'll see what is the relationship. Abhidhīyate talks about what is the process to attain that Lord, and prayojan means what is the final destination. What is the final destination? Any philosophy, if any philosophy is not able to answer this question, then you can understand that philosophy is not full. There are some gaps in that. Srimad Bhagavatam explains these 3 things. Sambandha, abhidhīyate and prayojan to the full. And including Bhagavad Gita as well. 15th chapter, last 3 verses talks about that. 12th chapter also talks about that. Again. Sambandha, abhidhīyate and prayojan. Who am I? Who is the Lord? What is the relationship between me and the Lord? What is the process to attain Lord? And finally, what is the destination after practicing that, after doing that practice? So in this verse talks about what is jnana, what is knowledge, who am I, to know is the Supreme Personality of God. Okay. Who is next? Aishwarya, you want to read translation? We are reading 13.3 translation. Okay, everybody is there, right?
You should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies. And to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. That is my opinion.
And you might be thinking, we have done all this. Second chapter, this is what we discussed, correct? But that's what I've been saying in every class. Material knowledge goes like this, right? Once you have done ABCD, when you become doctor or PhD, whatever it is, you will not say again A for apple, B for ball. Only in the next life you will say. Depends which body you have, right? But spiritual knowledge, you will again discuss the same thing, but with much more depth. So whatever you discuss in the second chapter, we are again discussing in the 13th chapter. But now Kṛṣṇa is making that same knowledge in a more deeper. Srimad Bhagavatam, you will read the same thing again, but in a more practical way, in a more deeper. Chaitanya Chaitanya, awareness scripture, you will read the same things again, but in much more deeper way. So that's spiritual knowledge. It's like same thing we are reading again, but in more deeper knowledge. Like that. Okay, we'll read the purport. It's a long purport, but it's a very important purport. Some sections we'll not discuss because That anyways is going to come as part of future verses. But we'll see how much we can discuss. We have another 14 minutes and then we'll have a shot. Okay. You want to read, Mataji?
While discussing the subject of the body and the knower of the body,
You should remember the Sanskrit word when these words are used. Body and the knower of the body. Right? What is body? Kṣetra. What is knower of the body? Kṣetra-jña. Right?
the soul and
If you go home and someone asks you, what were you listening, man? You should say kṣetra and kṣetra-jña.
the soul and the super soul, we shall find three different topics of study: the Lord, the living entity, and matter.
Right? Lord, living entity and matter. So what is matter? Yes. Thank you. That is, I have knowledge. Matter is kṣetra. Right? Kṣetra. Prakriti also, yes. But to whatever we have understood till now. What is soul? Kṣetra-jña. And Lord is the Kṛṣṇa. Right?
In every field of activities, in every body, there are two souls: the individual soul and the super soul.
Right? This thing is very important. Find three different topics. They are not same. Sometimes we say, right? Sometimes people say that we have come from chemicals. Right? We have come from chemicals. Once some scientists came to Śrīla Prabhupada and they said, Swamiji, we have almost been able to find out that we have come from chemicals. There's only one missing link. Just one thing is missing and then we can prove it. Then Śrīla Prabhupada said, yes, that missing link is my shoes on your face. Why? Because see, people have been trying. Einstein, he wanted to also, not Einstein. What is that guy who did relativity theory that he was not able to speak or something? Hawking. He also tried. Thank you, whoever. But this only they understood. So yeah, Stephen Hawking. He also was trying, and then finally he said, "There is no way one can find out this." Finally he said like that. So people are trying hard to find that if we can bring consciousness from chemicals. Chemicals is matter. Consciousness is jiva. But Kṛṣṇa is saying here both are separate. They cannot be same. From chemicals you cannot have consciousness. Consciousness can come only from consciousness. Consciousness can come only from consciousness. Similarly, super soul is different from soul. They are not same. Sometimes we say, there are philosophies. There are some philosophies which say that you merge with Kṛṣṇa and then we become one. I am only Kṛṣṇa. All that thing is there. Kṛṣṇa is saying here both are different. They can never be same. One is Anu. We are small. And Kṛṣṇa is, we are minute. Kṛṣṇa is infinite small. He is infinite and we are minute. We have to, that difference will always be there. We are same in qualities, but not same in quantity. When we take a mug of water from the ocean, then the qualities are same in that water and that ocean, but quantity is different. That is very important to understand. Go ahead.
Because the super soul is the plenary expansion.
Sorry,
of-
in every field of activities, did you read that?
Yeah, I can read that. Yeah. In every field of activities, in every body, there are two souls: the individual soul and the super soul.
Two souls. So it is discussed, the analogy is given on a tree, there are two birds. One is the permitter and another one is asker. Asker means who keep asking, I want this, I want this, I want this. And permitter is super soul, who is granting based on the desires. But as a thing I'm thinking, when will it turn to me? When we realize that actually you should desire for me, for super soul. So there are two birds. Since we are talking about numbers, let me show you a verse which talks about 1 to 10 numbers. 10 to 27. If you find a kid and you want to teach them number 1 to 10, you can teach this. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Numbers 1 to 10. Okay. When Ruchi knows this, you can read. This is the analogy between the body and the trees. Tree, body and a tree. And 1 to 10, some numbers are there. What each number identifies with or understands.
The body, the total body and individual body are of the same composition, may figuratively be called the original tree.
So body is 1. 1 is body. We'll see 2 now. Number 2.
From this tree, which fully depends on the ground of material nature, comes two kinds of fruits: the enjoyment of happiness and the suffering of
So
distress.
2 can also be soul and super soul. Other thing is what we are experiencing. Happiness and distress, duality. See, we'll always, even if you get some great, let's say, top post position, still you will suffer. It's not like you will not suffer after getting the top position in a company. Right? Even CEO suffers. Correct? So With any happiness, you will have distress. With any distress, also you will have some happiness. That's just the nature of this material world. Duality is dukkha doshanu darshanam. There are not just darshan, we see darshan of Kṛṣṇa, but there is also dukkha doshanu darshanam. You also see another darshan which is happiness and sorrow, like that. 2. So number 2 came. Now we'll say number 3.
The cause of the tree forming its 3 roots is association with the 3 modes of material.
How we get happiness and distress? 3 modes of material nature. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Like tigers are Rajas and Tamas. A saintly person is in Sattva good. A person who just wants to on. Like, I don't know how to just want to, that is Rajas. Right? Who wants to just enjoy and sleep. That is, the next life they become polar bear. They can sleep for 6 months. Some people are like that. Some people just want to enjoy Rajas. Ye zindagi milegi na dobara, live like king size. All that mantras they have in their mind. So they will have, so like that. So all these 3 happens through this Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. 3 modes of material nature.
3 modes of material nature: goodness, passion and ignorance. The fruits of bodily happiness have 4 tastes.
Right? 4 puruṣartha we have, right? Artha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is.
Religiosity, economic development, sense gratification and liberation.
Right? Why we are doing what we are doing? To attain either of these 4 things. Depends on our consciousness. Some will be going for dharma, some will be artha, some will be kama, and some will be going for moksha. There are 5 kinds of moksha also. Anyways, I don't want to get into
Which
too
are
much.
experienced through 5 senses for acquiring knowledge in the midst of 6 circumstances.
5 senses are, you know, right? 5. And 6 senses.
6 circumstances.
Circumstances.
Lamentation, illusion of old age, death, hunger and thirst. The 7 layers of bark covering the tree are skin, muscle, blood, fat, bone, marrow and serum. And the 8 branches of the tree are the 5 gross and 3 subtle elements: earth, water, fire, ether, air, mind, intelligence and false ego.
Right, I'll show you one video. Since you're talking about planet Earth. See, cartoons also came from.
Situation is more
Have you seen this, Captain Tandy?
We need help. You mean exactly. We must do as the Gaia advised. We must combine our powers. Let's do it. Let our powers combine. Earth, fire, wind, water.
And then Captain Planet comes. I'm Captain Planet. So from where all that they got? That 5. śrī-bhagavān. See, that's what I'm saying. All this is churaya mal. But they don't give copyrights. Anyways, go ahead.
The tree of the body has 9 hollows: the eyes, ears, nostrils, mouth, rectum, and genitals, and 10 leaves. The 10
Like 10 hairs. This is the prana. Right? Different hairs that is circulating the body.
passes through the body. In this tree of the body, there are 2 birds. One is the individual soul, and the other is the super
So next
soul.
time someone kid says 1, 2, 3, 4, you can show this verse. Just kidding. It's interesting. Okay, so we completed this. Okay. Yeah. Next, someone else can read. Tulli Mata, you want to read? The Lord says, you can see, sorry. Yeah, I also lost the track and I make audience also lost the track.
Because the super soul is the
No, you can skip that, Mapis. You can go to the next verse. The Lord says. Everybody is there, right? We are reading about kṣetra-jña, and Kṛṣṇa is saying that he is the supreme kṣetra-jña, right? And the example right now is getting quoted of a king. Go ahead.
The Lord says, I am the knower of the field of activities in every individual body. The individual may be the knower of his own body, but he is not in knowledge of other bodies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present as a super soul in all bodies, knows everything about all bodies. He knows all the different bodies of all the various species of life. A citizen may know everything about his patch of land, but the king knows not only his place, but all the properties possessed by the individual citizen.
Right? Got it, right? So citizen will know his tract of land, but a king will know everybody's tract of land. So there's an analogy which is given of king compared to Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa knows everybody's, all the bodies.
Similarly, one may be the proprietor of the body individually, but the Supreme Lord is the proprietor of all bodies. The king is the original proprietor of the kingdom, and the citizen is the secondary proprietor. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the supreme proprietor of all bodies. The
Yeah,
bo-
thank you, Mataji. I'll just read this paragraph small and then I'm going to read the last paragraph. Okay, then we'll end. The body consists of the senses. The Supreme Lord is Rishikesh. Rishikesh means, Isha means controller, Lord. And Rik means senses. So Rishikesh means one who is controller of the senses. So Kṛṣṇa is the supreme controller of all the senses. That's why when we serve Kṛṣṇa, who is the controller of all senses, he gives the mercy by which we can control our senses at least. See, as a jiva, we will serve someone. A child initially serves the mother, parents, then parents serve the child, spouse serves, husband serves the wife, wife serves the husband. Someone or the other serving. Now the choice is ours whether we want to serve all these people or we want to serve Kṛṣṇa. Through Kṛṣṇa, we can serve everyone. There's a verse in śrī-bhagavān. We don't have time. But again, so this is what it mentioned. He is the original controller of all the senses. Just as the king is the original controller of all the activities of the state, the citizens are secondary control. Right? So this verse is again from Shveta. It's coming from, this was originally quoted by Bhushan. Whatever is commentary you're seeing here, right? It's not like Kṛṣṇa is writing, Śrī-bhagavān is writing on his own. He's writing all from previous acharyas. So this verse, this section was quoted by Bhushan. I don't have the time, otherwise I would show that commentary as well. But it is good to know, important to know that Śrī-bhagavān is writing, anything he's writing from previous acharyas. We'll just read the last paragraph, then we'll end. In this chapter, it will be explained. Unless someone else can read. Priyanka, you want to read? Then we'll end.
In this chapter, it will also be explained that out of the two knowers, one is fallible and the other is infallible. One is superior and other is subordinate.
Who is superior? Kṛṣṇa. Who is subordinate? Us, jiva. Right?
One who understands the two knowers of the field to be one and the same contradicts the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who states here very clearly, I am also the knower of the field of activity. One who misunderstands a rope to be a serpent is not in knowledge. There are different kinds of bodies and there are different owners of the body. Because each individual soul has his individual capacity for loading it over material nature. There are different bodies. But the Supreme also is present in them as the control.
It's amazing. See, if you really see the nature and the world, you cannot stop but think that Kṛṣṇa is there. Imagine an elephant also, there also Kṛṣṇa resides, Super Soul resides. In a mosquito, there also Kṛṣṇa resides and Spirit Soul resides. Right? Imagine a small mosquito also. And it's being able to fly and all. We need such a big drone just to fly something such small. Like, right? COVID can't even see and it created havoc in the world. This, I mean, you can imagine what level of preciseness is there in this material world.
The word here is significant for it indicates the total number of bodies. That is the opinion of Srila Baladeva.
Right, Baladeva. He's also one of the great Vaishnava. In disciple succession, you will see his name. Right from Kṛṣṇa to Srila Prabhupada, you will see his name as well. And this is the beauty of this Bhagavad Gita. That's why it's known as Bhagavad Gita as it is, and not to keep as it is. We are supposed to read. Why? Because whatever he has written from previous acharyas. He has not written anything on his own.
That is the opinion of Srila Baladeva Vidya Kṛṣṇa is the super soul present in each and every body apart from the individual soul. And Kṛṣṇa explicitly says here that real knowledge is to know that the super soul is the controller of both the field of activities and finite enjoy.
Right?
So finite.
Finite enjoy. Yes. So again, what is he saying here? The super soul is the controller of both kṣetra and kṣetra-jña also. Kṣetra-jña is two. Ourself, which is the spirit soul, and Kṛṣṇa. Right? So we will end here. That's why it is important to take up the service of Vaishnavas and Krishna. Because by doing that, we are taking a position that Krishna, I understand that I am a servant and you are the Lord. But when you want to enjoy, we are making a statement that actually I am the enjoyer. And that leads to actually suffering. Right? In śrī-bhagavān, I will end with this. In śrī-bhagavān, there's a beautiful verse. It says, Kale dosha nidhe rajan asti eka mahagunan kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha paramrajya. Kale dosha nidhe rajan. That this material world is full of faults. Nidhi means ocean. Ocean of faults are there. But there is one great quality in this world. And that is Hari Kirtan. Kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha paramrajya. One can get liberated from all the suffering when one takes shelter of Krishna. How? By chanting the holy names of the Lord. And that's why we should take out some time every day in chanting the holy names of the Lord. That is our ultimate shelter. That will remain with us. Our parents, our kids, whatever you know, they all will go at the end. Think about it. If you really deeply think, but one person who will be there with us till the end, not just till the end, in the next life also, because spirit soul is eternal, is Kṛṣṇa, super soul. Right? We have to understand where are we investing. Where are we investing? Right? Investment should have great returns. This has very, very good returns. Very, very good returns. So with that, I will stop. Since we have already gone over time, but what we'll do is now 10 times we'll just chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And after